Hi, Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you for coming to
Hello,
my
Miss
classroom.
Cassie.
Hi, I just want to talk to you about your son, Luis. He's just doing a fantastic job in my class.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he's such a joy to have. He's very helpful, very respectful student. He does whatever he can to help his peers in any lesson. He's creative, and we do a lot of group work, so that's a plus whenever anyone has him in his group.
Oh,
He's
that's
also
good to hear.
self-determined, and that's what actually what I talked about is his reading and his determination, because he's a 6th grade reading level. He's at his level, but he's at the beginning of his 6th grade reading level.
Okay.
It's mid-year, he should be halfway there, and that's what we're going to go through. So first I would just like to let you know that I did 3 certain tests on him. I did, the first test I did a running record test, which shows his strength and clarification. And that's what we do in this class is we go through different techniques on understanding unknown words. So going through this test, I saw that he actually rereads words and tries to figure out what they are before going on. So that's a perfect strength to have and trying to get up to the next level, which is 7th grade. Another test that I did through clarification is that he understands words through his own meaning. So he doesn't just take the definition and memorizes it. He actually comprehends the word and tries to make it his own so he can understand.
Oh, so he makes him in his own his own sentence.
Yeah, like he'll sit there and try to figure it out with his own meaning. So comprehending vocabulary words is key because I actually did a story map test, which is just to see if he can actually find a main idea of a text or just summarize it. And through the story map test, I found out that's exactly what he does. So we could do this. He did this by highlighting it and writing it into sequences. So he doesn't just read a text; he actually understands it. By showing supporting details, showing that he can clarify unknown words, and that he can make those words into his own. So those are just 3 strengths he has that I found out from those 3 tests. Something that I did see that he's struggling in, and it's actually getting a toll on him because like I said, he's very self-determined.
Right.
So when he knows that he needs to get better on something, it kind of breaks him down. As a father, I'm pretty sure you understand that about Luis. Just like whenever he plays soccer, he's very self-determined to get to that level of, with the higher...
To meet that expectation.
So whenever I told him that he needs to work on his fluency, he took it to another level. Do you understand what reading fluency is?
No, can you go in a little bit more into depth?
Well, it's basically just... Whenever you read, you have expression with like punctuation and dialogue, and that's what Luis is lacking on. Whenever he reads, he doesn't have much expression. He's very monotone, no emotion. But like you said, he comprehends. He comprehends the text. It's just when he reads it, he doesn't have any emotion in it, and that's actually very uncommon because whenever a student is having fluency issues, it shows that they're not comprehending the story. And that's why it's so odd to see that he comprehends the story so well, but his fluency is so low. If that makes any sense at all.
Yes, in a way, yes.
Did you read to him do you read to him or did you read to him at home?
Yeah, I used to try to, read to him at least.
Or you're his mother?
Every evening.
Well, maybe we could start up that again, because in the class we're going to try different techniques such as like popcorn reading. I don't know if you know what that is. It's just basically reading in a group as a class, and kids are just jumping around reading. Not literally jumping, but like head to head. And another thing we're going to try to do more is pair reading, because like I said, we're in groups and we're going to read out loud, and we're going to want the kids to tell each other what they need help on. Something that you could do at home is a recorded reading. Basically have the student read out loud to himself on the phone, and so he can play it back and listen, just to see how it sounds to him and see exactly what his points are.
Where he kind of needs improvement and kind of...
Yes, because like I said, your son, he's very self-determined, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be like a shock to him. He's going to love to do that. Another
It'd be a fun
thing,
activity for
yeah. Another thing he can do at home is actually an audio listening thing. We have a lot of audio reading here for the younger kids, and maybe it might sound silly, but he can actually listen to those, or you could just start reading to him again, but with an emphasis on the fluency.
Definitely to help him improve with that.
Yes. If you have no other questions, this is just what I wanted to talk about.
No, I think you kind of went over everything, and I'm willing to do everything we can to improve, his education and in advance that.
And if you have any further questions, you can always just contact me through email, phone, whatever you can. But I just want to let you know how perfect Luis is doing in the class, and just showing you where his strengths are and what he can work on, and just different techniques that we could do to better his fluency.
Definitely, it's definitely a good thing to hear as pros, and I'm proud of him, and we're gonna do our best to improve that.
Well, if you have no further questions, thank you again for coming in. Have a wonderful day.
Have a good evening.
Have a good night.
Mm-hmm.